Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam.
Deep in my soul, a fire has burned, slowly gaining momentum to the point of no return. Churning this yearning in my heart of darkness, dreams brought to light out of its clouded smoke-like blindness. Seeing nothing but red, raging reds of fury, igniting from frustration's fire into blazing barriers along this dream's journey. Raging reds of fury soon transform into glorious ruby red-orange flames of passion's perseverance through the storm. Flaring 19 feet up into the air, flickering fields of flames surround me. Encased, trapped with no means of escape, my mind's rationality turns hazy as I stand there, face to face with the spirit of the fire that resides in my heart. In its heat, I quickly perspire. Feeling the warm breath of fire, hearing the rhapsody of its wild flames, the fire has dared me to take action as its flaming fiery tips towards me takes aim. It's coming right at me. It's pointing its fingers as if to say, you must now choose to stay and fight for me or run away. The choice I soon come to make is not to become a casualty, fallen victim to the demise of my dream's fantasy. I won't let the floods of water rain over me. I won't let my dreams be extinguished for all eternity. No, I will no longer run away like a coward in the face of danger, in the face of dreams unanswered. I will stay this time and fight for my dream, fight to endure this fiery heat which emanates from my soul's feverish pit, following through without retreat. Fueled by determination, staring into red-orange eyes, I won't let the fire in me die after I've set my eye on passion's prize. My fantasy, you see, is to keep alive my dream's destiny, allow it to thrive. I want to melt in the furnace of passion's burning embers, lie in the midst of dangerous risks where taking chances pushes me to remember, to face the faceless, to name the unnamed, to tame the untamed, and kiss the flame. Kiss the flame of my passion's desire, kiss the flame before dreams expire. Become one with something so dangerous, so magical, so vengeful yet merciful. Embrace the path that my fate travels. Tiptoe through ashes of fallen dreams, rise through the fury of fallen dreams redeemed. Kiss the flame and be revived. Kiss the flame so my dreams can survive. Unsolved heartaches, wearied souls, troubled anguish. Interminable self-critical vilifications detain desired self-imaging. This one's called Heart Cry. Echoing reverberations of my pains, suffering ailments, never ceasing to allow my heart cry to be heard. For all that echoes loud and clear through my silent tears is this pain I face, pain I can't bear, pain that anguishes me to the depths of my soul, creating an imbalance between my heart and mind, clouding my thoughts, preying on my emotions without any sense of reason. All I can do when trapped, drowning in such misery is just release. Release all the emotion behind my heart cry, where all that can be heard is my pained affliction. Scream, shout, moan, release it all out before I may soon fade out. Still need protection of superhero mommy. A mother's tears. Deep emotional pangs well up inside. Her heart tightens. She feels the trickle of tears slowly flooding tear ducts as one droplet begins to break through her lacrimal peduncle, seepage escaping the inner corners of her eyes. Of emotions so long held deep inside, her medial canthus spilling forth aqueous sadness. Sadness of joy and of defeat. Sadness of anguished heartache. Sadness of strength and weakness. Sadness of various reasons for why she cries away from child's view. In her locked, hidden silence behind closed doors, she runs to hide away so they won't witness how tears lubricate this mother's visions, providing a cloak for their emotional protection. She can't let them see how the burdens of motherhood weighs her down so heavily, where no amount of hugs, of smiles and coos can alleviate the struggles she deals with in all her attempts to be seen as loving, doting mother despite desperately wanting their snuggles. She has moments of harsh, self criticized doubt in her skills as a mother as she compares herself to other glorified mothers. Has to keep her heart in check, stop the flow so all won't know how just a moment ago she cried her spirit away. Let every tear drain away, her face all reddened in dismay. Quickly freshens up her facade with cold water splashes and cool fanned breezes, deeply inhales, exhales, sees her eyes have puffed like bloated pufferfish. The stingrays within her piercing gaze seeks cool comfort, cool cucumbered relief to smooth away the evidence of grief. She can't hide away forever. She must return to her duty as mother, pick up her own broken pieces so that within her child's eyes, she is still seen as their superhero mother of wonder, the one who can't be broken down, the one who stands tall, strength there to give her all to her child, no matter their age, whenever they shall need her most to feel the warmth of her love as was first felt deep within her womb. A love so transcendent, supernaturally splendid, her warmth shall radiate rays of sunshine and love, not streams of rain upon her face, revealing forlorn emotions that precipitate. With held high, a heart so full of love, a mother's tears can't reveal her fears. She cries for herself. She cries for you. She cries for all those she shall ever provide care to. A mother's tears reveals an ocean of love so deep and true. Through every crashing wave, she bears the beat down to drown in all your sorrows as her own. With tear filled eyes, she will rescue you first, bring you to the surface before she rescues herself under calmer sea until calmer seas can prevail. Her supportive, strong soul uplifts her children to soar. Her love runs full force beyond 100%. Her child's endearing vision views her as their ultimate savior, ultimate life protector, the mother who loves deeply behind her tears.
I carry around a could have been me. He screams it should have been me, would have been me if not for some twist of fate or maybe certainty of heart. That part, my friend likes to say. I carry with me a dubious nature, stand with a sagging stature, can't capture my courage, won't hold on to hubris, gave up on myself a long time ago. Some miracle jarred me loose from this chronic self-abuse, helped me choose to fight the hate that hits like a hammer in the middle of the day. God, how I wish I could wish it goodbye, pick out some stars in the evening sky. We might try to touch them, reach them, reel them in, but who can handle the heat of hope? I have to learn to stand against the wind, grit my teeth, and let audacity in. It's akin to the bravery we always need to have, standing against the inexorable end. No doubt, there was an inferno here. That part of the story is clear, how dear we need to hold ourselves in amongst these pillars of fire, pointing to the apocalypse. Another volley of worry across my brow, but I've kept my feet somehow, won't bow to its barrage of blows. Who knows how long I can keep this up? I'll dare the wind to knock me down. I spoke the words and broke the seal, unearthed the life the dirt concealed, found steel flowing in my blood, remnants of the metal that made me from, some deep in some furnace underground.
It's time to dance. Put your hands up. Hey, everybody, put your hands up. Hey, and nod your head. Hey. See how easy it is to control niggas? Imagine if I had an 808. They'd practically pay me to sell your souls at a discount. Back in 1518, people began dancing, unable to stop, contorting their bodies to a rhythm made just for them. When they hit the ground, motionless, breathless, lifeless, everyone blamed the body for its own death. Never cared to question what made them dance in the first place. 1973 was the birth of hip hop. Grandfathered gangster rap by 1980, removed the positive messages and fed our streets an agenda. 2025, they are still doing the same thing. Blame the black body for bleeding on concrete. We laugh at the white girl that can't catch the rhythm like that ain't the point. Like they ain't pay a plant to plant the beat in our brain, beatboxing your sense of brotherhood to the sound of bullets. I saw the way the body break danced when the ops caught him. It was no different than when the cops shot him. Just another gang, but they put him in a song like that boom bap don't echo the rat tat that took him in the first place. I saw a body do the Harlem Shake in upstate New York and never questioned how far a bullet or a beat could travel. I watched the killer pop lock on his way to lockup and sit in the courtroom silent. They still read them lyrics out loud, like a confession or Exhibit a bunch of exhibitionists waiting to see what their money got them. A new age auction block where the auctioneer does drill rap to drill down offers. Got you trap rapping your rap sheet, not questioning why they called it trap in the first place. You ain't know? They was playing them African drums when they pulled you from your birthplace, copyrighted it, put the devil in it, and gave you a record deal. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. A broken record, trying to break records. I hope 12 lets you make it to 25. But don't worry. They've already conditioned you to throw your hands up. It's your favorite dance. Why wouldn't they make you hit the floor?
Number 1, my phone is an ass. Number 2, waking up feeling tired. Number 3, waking up feeling like I swam a mile. Number 4, how the buttons fell off my coat at Shirley's funeral. Number 5, in Paris and Switzerland and Italy, I got lost many times and at a disadvantage, not speaking the language. Number 6, Google Translate saved my ass. Number 7, female robots granting sexual favors, carrying babies. Number 8, what will happen to us? Number 9, can't get the picture of Elon Musk kissing his picture-perfect creation, robotic woman, on the mouth out of my mind. Number 10, the creation that had the demeanor of a drunken woman. I guess he still needs to feel like he's taking advantage of something else. Number 11, it's Women's Month where the word woman has been banned. Number 12, it's St. Patty's Day and I'm sober. Number 13, sexual favors. Number 14, masturbation. 15, humans never-ending craving to be satisfied. 16, drag queens idolization. 17, living near the beach. 18, never-ending winds of brigantine. 19, my ex-friends of 30 or more years. 20, how I hate coming home to you. 21, I miss my alone time. 22, freedom. 23, I want to leave here and never return. 24, I'm afraid of lack of connection. 25, I do not want to die alone. 26, I miss my friends. 27, I'm afraid of drowning in the murky ocean waves engulfing my lungs in my bulky human body. 28, the spirit doesn't live in the body lives in the spirit. 29, I long to grow gills and be able to breathe underwater indefinitely and have a mermaid tail to glide effortlessly through the waves. Number 30, I want to sing like a siren, capturing the hearts of men. 31, I miss my younger form, but never appreciated it then. 32, I miss my babes in my arms before they grew up and tired of a mother's love.
1, 2, 3. Ready or not, here they come. America's been playing hide and seek for centuries. It's become an expert at hiding things, bursting into homes, snatching loved ones, making them disappear. You're it. When it's your turn to become the seeker, be sure to check the detention centers, the prisons, the jails. When all else fails, grab a shovel. Check the backyards of the facilities. They're clever like that. Hide them in places they think we won't look. Once, they hid hundreds of indigenous children in unmarked graves in the name of civilization. Sometimes they hide them in other countries, under the beds of dictators and blankets of lies, in the closets of private prison wallets. They used to hide them in trees until they figured out how to hide bodies under highways and lakes with ease. They can hide anything, anywhere, like racism and policies, white supremacy and laws, package evils as God-given rights. Central Park has 42 million visitors a year and not one mention of Seneca Village. how they can burn black cities and still keep it a secret. They don't want you to find the hands they throw rocks with, because they don't want rocks thrown at their glass houses. They don't care for seekers looking for facts. They do most of their hiding in plain sight, making it harder for you to find the light. You won't find it in books. You will find it in bones, in dirt, in bloodlines. Sleep with both eyes open. Stay ready. They don't always count to 10, and they are always peeking, bending rules, breaking backs. When America plays the seeker, warn your neighbors, caution your loved ones. There's nowhere to hide. Pick up your weapons. They will stop at no 1, 2, 3. Ready or not, they are coming.
What would you ask the dead? The ball cap turned to its side looks a little like how Ja wears his caps. The cap itself is more what Jim wears, though I haven't seen that color on his head. Jim would never smoke a cigar. I haven't smoked in years. The valet is enjoying a cigarette in between helping old folks into wheelchairs. The parking spaces here are large enough for my car. I'm trying to remember what the doctor told me about the procedure that made my memory all fucked up. He told me why the whole thing went sideways, and he was actually apologetic, but I can't remember what he said. I haven't seen him since that day. That would have been a few weeks after the procedure that fucked up my memory. Not sure what year that was. Someone asked me what happened, and I couldn't tell them I forgot. A man yelling at a woman behind a desk. Another man loudly shaking his head, but not yelling at a woman behind a desk. A woman behind a desk looking like she does this every single fucking day. A nurse who never made eye contact but held my wrist, or maybe I never looked at her. A doctor who wanted my blood and had the nurse walk me to the lab. I think he was rightfully afraid that I wouldn't make it there on my own. I'm terrified of needles. A 76-year-old woman who got married last year and has trouble remembering her new name. I imagine sitting at a computer that can answer any question I ask it, and the cursor is blinking, and time is passing by, and the cursor is blinking, and I can't think of a question to ask, and the cursor is blinking. He has so much potential. If only he would apply himself. Didn't read enough, didn't study enough, went outside instead of doing homework, spent time with life and trees and friends and endless bicycle rides. My father left when I was 17 and broke my heart. I loved him with everything I had to give. When I felt him pull away, I tried harder to show him that I was worth keeping. He sat in the corner in one dream and didn't say anything. He was just present. And I think that's the one that got me. That's when his presence really started to bother me. You'd remember if you wanted to. God damn. My grandfather sat next to me as we drove him to the bank. He wanted to tell me something so badly, but he didn't. I wonder if he didn't have the words or the courage. Is that harsh? If I could speak to him again, I'd ask him if he healed. Could he heal? Did he ever escape from the chair in the front room where he waited for his mother to come back? Can my memory heal? Can I?
I was taught young how trauma works. A newborn baby, a fresh piece of silver foil, so new you could see your reflection in it. And no matter how hard you try to keep it so, it crumbles in your hands. Smooth edges now kinked and ripped apart. Sure, you can control it better if you roll it into a ball, But when you unfurl it, it will always be cracked, peaks and valleys. You can never make it smooth again. I am the silver foil from my mother's last meal. Leftovers gone bad. She would try to save me, rubbing her hands across my surface. Mama, I will never be that soft again. Malleable between God's fingers, withstanding the pain so others can survive the heat. I've learned to let it go. This is me now, a silver foil throwaway, unclean and unworthy, but still here and still shining.
Chair therapy. Person sitting in the chair could be my mother, could be my father, could be my sister or brother that I never had, could be my baby daddy, could be my ex, could be the nun who beat me in church as a child, could be the marriage therapist that asked inappropriate questions, could be my current husband, could be any of my 5 estranged friends, could be my self-loathing, could be my anxiety, could be my ADHD or PTSD, be a plethora of things, but it isn't usually. It's just me talking to myself, asking all of life's very important questions like, what am I doing here? I keep asking myself the same questions each time I got a different answer. The first time I thought I wanted to be an artist until I went to art school and was intimidated by the wealth of other people's talent. Imposter syndrome strong enough to vanish my dream. The second time in the chair, motherhood took over my life. I fought hard for that one failure. Thought I was doing the best I could. I kept telling myself, in the throes of my addiction, I'll get it right the second time. I'll get it right the second time, voice speaking from the failure. But surprised after I tried my best, I'm still a failure. Third time strapped into the chair trying to claw my way out forced me to ask myself the burning question, what am I still doing here? Now the voices in my head won't stop talking because they all have something to say about how I fucked up my life and my kid's life. The mother voice constantly reminds me how I already know what to do and I'm just not doing it. The father voice says he will still love me even though he will never understand me. The kids in my head always say that they could have been more successful if I would have been more successful. If I didn't waste my life. The friends are busy living their best life. The ADHD continues to run rings around my mind while the PTSD randomly jump scares me just for shits and giggles. Echoes on loop replaying inside my head of all my failed relationships turned car wrecks. Never had anything to say back to me except it was all my fault. Fuck you for waking me from my nightmares.
The Catholic Church says it will excommunicate any priest following the new law, in which, if a child should confess of abuse, they are required to report it to the authorities. They believe their God is mighty enough to purify sin without breaking confidentiality. This comes as no surprise, as sometimes priesthood is just a safe place for monsters, a covenant of wolves dressed as sheep. The thing about wolves is they prefer to hunt in packs for larger prey and higher success rates. So as you bow your head in prayer, they prey on your young.
Be glad my hands don't hold divinity. Because if I held heaven's gavel, half of y'all wouldn't even get a second glance. I'd rain down reckoning, not redemption. You get silenced. I'd unfriend your prayers, block your blessings, mute your messes, and hand deliver Palmer in lip gloss and heels. I walk right up to your door and leave it sitting next to lies you baptize in my name. I don't need wings to see through fake halos. I see y'all. Hiding behind shadows, parading in petty parables, preaching love online while your inbox leaks poison. Next time, tag me in your shade, mention me in your hate. You got nerve to bow your head in prayer like God don't speak fluently in hypocrisy. Let me be clear. If I held heaven's pen, your name wouldn't even make the list. I'd revise the book of life, scribbling out your ego in red ink. Y'all break more than you build because hammers feel safer than mirrors, throwing stones than posting Bible scriptures, talking about God's got you. He ain't never followed mess. I remember every jagged word you hurled at my piece, Every smear you shaped into status updates, hoping my silence would look like defeat. You see, I was never meant to clap back, nor was I supposed to crumble, curl in corners you cast me in. You wanted me to choke on lies you whispered like bedtime stories to feel better about your own broken reflections. But guess what? I ain't crack, I evolve. So let me ring this damn alarm. I was mastering my calling while you were dissecting my downfall. I was rising with receipts written in scripture, proof what God signed for me don't need your signature to ship. I walk with a limp because I wrestle with betrayal. I got scars in places no eyes can see, and still I show up with truth stitched in every syllable, voice soaked in survival and grace that could have been a grudge if I ever let hate lead me. So be glad I'm not God. Because if I was, your karma would come quicker. Your mask wouldn't pass inspection and grace. It would be standing room only with your name scratched off books in bold ink. Be glad I ain't built for mercy, because the storms I've survived would have swept you clean off the map. You better thank God it's him, not me. Because I don't do second chances for offenders that keep BS on repeat. See, I let God handle what could have ended me. That's growth, restraint, difference between me and you. Hello, hello. Is this mic still on? It works. But guess what? Your character don't, with your lame ass.
Let it burn, 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 and the flame gets higher. Burn, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. And she be flicker in passion, passing the right decisions for so long that wrong seem right now. Searching for flames, many names burnt at the speak of it, at the peak of it, she dripped liquor to find flicker again. The spark in her heart ain't enough to make the car start, and when it does this, she rubs sticks for flame, fire, flicker, any nigga that can stand the heat. She eat flames and spit matches, she striking, playing, praying for lightning, for a little lighting. It's dark in denial. She wants her flicker to go viral, and the flame flicker dancing ambers of yesterday in the ashes of the phoenix. She seen it come alive like the visions of crossing burnt bridges, her desire to walk on fire for much higher ascension. My intention is to light candles in creation and remind her that she been the flame, bigger than any flicker.
A call to justice and mutual cooperation. Justice is crucial to state and society and the basis of orderly human living. It is scrolled into declarations and amendments to ensure the regulation of selfish actions and equal treatment for all. We are not born enslaved, but sparks of the eternal, trying to love like everyone else amidst challenging pendulums of struggle. Discrimination and exclusion have created chains of poverty, alienation, and anomalies in the quality of life, leading to fear and insecurity, where ultimately no one benefits, but the rise in volume of uprising and unrest. We may seem like birds flying in dark clouds, devised by greedy humans, heinous and brutal in acquiring natural resources from those unable to defend themselves. Yet the tears we bled from stormy yesterdays paved the way for much of our improved todays and promising tomorrows. The fruits of our labor, the conscientious call to action, has taken us through the dark corridors of exploitation to celebrate our achievements today. Yet progress is a rugged road of challenges, and there is still ways to go before equity and togetherness prevail. We know that diversity is necessary. And like a bevy of birds soaring in the firmament, inclusion is not a burden, but wings for mutual cooperation. The violin in an orchestra never says it's superior to the flute. Instead, they both harmonize as instruments of mellifluous and enchanting melodies. There seems to be a call for visionary leadership. harmony and celebration of race and culture, of economic fairness in healthcare systems, of honoring the diligence and dignity of work with decent wages and equal status in promotions. Let us rejoice in our arts and culture, science and technology, invest in education for children's futures, pay homage to our health service personnel. We can appreciate also that Mary Seacole contributed just as much as the Lady of the Lamp. Maya Angelou, Nelson Mandela, Bukayo Saka, Lewis Hamilton, and more teaches us that each contribution can play a part in the collective effort that makes us stronger, that together we can be as magnificent as flowers, excel in various fields of endeavor. When inequality and uneven privilege in the workforce are discouraged and opportunity increases, when individuals are motivated, they will always produce a better social system, have less domestic strife, leading to a healthy and prosperous nation. Leadership would be firm on immigration, yes, but recognize the dignity and excellence of refugees, address environmental and ecological concerns, show a commitment to resolving conflicts, high energy costs, as well as a recognition of the trauma of homelessness. For together we'll make a country great and unique, create inspired humans with respect for our elderly, make foreigners proud to invest here, work on the root causes of mental health issues and youth struggles so that we all rise as one people. Let us transform the sad past like strong currents, shedding the garbage into the ocean of enduring love. Then we'll celebrate the recognition of our worth, our mutual fellowship, are coming together as one people in the interest of prosperity for all. We will then sit with our children and grandchildren or tomorrow's future, watching the clouds burst as the sky peeps through, our hearts rejoicing with the light of the golden sun.
Beauty that manifests evanescent in one person, then wraps its form on the sequence of bearers as wind makes field of grain pulse, swell, and heave, has led us self-witnessing to an emergence of togetherness wherein a gift from the unnamed manually you use my blood in consecration, hallow my metabolic listening, my sighs release invocation from your care, your hands articulate grace through my autumnal arteries. Pull mattress over the floor into tumid glow of morning sunlight, asylum of galaxial warmth, soft envelopment whose radiation illumines cotton fibers loaded with terrestrial heat drunk from between two thighs, cosmic destination where our twin needs journey through an afternoon as constant arrival within embracing dissipation of distance, while in the street altruism and malevolence slap a child's bare calves with a sandal. Love chastens avoidance into lesser consequence. Vehicle bumper would not spare, mothering what it is to know before experience puts to death. Exhaled from before time, thought or imagined, inhaled from the gross, immediate fact of the street, revolves the gift that nourishes a breath from you, not yours, part of you not possessed, vivified by energies greater than solitary ability. After us, when all that we were frays and separates, when we have become parts of other things. How shall we meet again? Swagger suited in brand colors, ill-gotten gain party of cajoling junior profiteers deploys risk push, their tactical hustle dance. Backup is a vice-jawed dog whose leather vest says funeral. The game, a kind of mad, dispossessing laughter to hypnotize dollar bills with flurry, yellow, red, and white striped money makers, working street lure of the consequence jolt, intoxication's time limit on bliss, and blood's hollow hunger exhaled through loophole and youthful invulnerability worn like it was true. How the medicinal herbs on the windowsill sow our breath and pulse beneath our skin as an act of physical pleasuring, seasoning each word, each touch, bed where universe lays to dream our voices into us. Say this is not true if physical logic in material illusion is needed. Otherwise, resonate as formless sounds of our voices call from those who have come before, visiting the present moment with eternality of pleasures, survivals, because pleasure always survives. You are original ocean's hurt cleansing that washes satiation into my love's study of infinite duration. The afternoon never appears as we go on to intimately conjugate with our physical bodies variations of the word for fuck. From out of sight, up around the corner, a mockingbird tonight mesmerizes the neighborhood. Sonic mirages bounce off end of the block, flex echo down the street, nature disembodied, voice of birds that are not present take turns, phantom roll call of deception songs, not here, flows from nowhere, not there, melodious, rhythmic, unsettling, the mockingbird warbled from the same transparent celestial throat as the unknown way we will all end. When in front of me, put your eyes down.
All my life I had to fight. Miss Sophia, The Color Purple. All my life I had to fight with my pen. I've been fighting for my life. Every line I write, Esau and Jacob in the womb, my heart holding the heel of my sleeve as it gets ripped straight out my chest. Indiana Jones, Temple of Victor Von M.F. Doom, dissociative word association. I try my best to be patient and kind. I try not to envy anyone else's ink. I got enough problems with my own. My pen is easily angered. It is prone to boast. It keeps record of wrongs. My pen hopes and perseveres. My pen does not rejoice in evil. My pen celebrates in cursive. It likes to get its swerve on. My pen is a panty dropper, showstopper, head knocker. My pen be wanting to shoot the fade and run it back. I tell my pen there will be no rematch.
but it keeps bringing smoke, always bringing fire. My pen won't stop rocking even if I retire. I've gone to gunfights with my pen, knowing it was mightier than a knife, sharper than a Wu-Tang Clan double-edged sword. My pen makes sword do double duty, move the S to the N and turn it into words, then make them flow like wolf spelled backwards. When my pen runs out of room, it'll turn a page over and hit it from the back. My pen don't back down or stand down. Whenever our paths cross T's or dot I's, it's on sight. All my life I had to fight with my pen. I've been fighting for my life. Sometimes my pen is an ally. But after a common enemy is defeated, we unpause our fighting. My pen like to block my writing. My pen is a hater. My pen is more petty than Tom. My pen is a heartbreaker. Sometimes it forces me to be heartless with my hand. I've been forced to big slap a few ballpoints who didn't heed my command. Pen better have my paper. Pen better overflow with bars. Letter from a Birmingham jail bars, Klondike bars, bars that get great reception, bars so top shelf they could eat a nature vanilla granola bar and leave no crumbs. A famous pugilist once said, everybody has a plan until they get punched by somebody's pen. Mouthpiece in the center of the ring. Michael Jackson Thriller in Manila. Envelopes, receipts, napkins, overdue bills. I told my pen to chill, turn over a new loose leaf, and it told me any writing surface can get it. All my life I had to fight with my pen. I've been fighting for my life. And this is why I don't bring a knife to a pen fight.
She's a stunner, a real piece of work. Let me tell you, elusive Ellie, she hides at parties like this squirrel is road sleeping. His shoulders not moving. Angsty, that's the word. Angry, baggage. Jesus Christ, she's asexual. Her shoulders not moving. Like this squirrel bump in the road, he is still sleeping. Too heavy-lidded to be alive. You can touch her now. Go ahead. She is probably already dead. Life as anything too thickly woven for her. Weak, sick, flimsiness in the Amazon would be dead within the week, like the squirrel is asleep on Route 113. That's 10 for today and 1 for each day of her life since the touching. So the feet go up and down, marching to the Buchenwald. So many squirrels, so many women. So young, so taut, so inviting, so taut. They line the passages to these hollow chambers. A queen. I walk first in line. I am their jester. And it's all gas in my nose, not the heady scent of lilac I had expected.
Quite often, I'm reminded of my mother. My mind meanders in a chorus of memorable expressions, notably etched in the groove of my cerebral cortex, faintly replaying side B, but fickle as I tune into side A. Side A has its moments in vigor, energy, and potential. It is lively and faster in tempo, always hurried, more carefree. But there is something to be said of side B. It's smooth, wise, and appreciates what's important. Just mellow, so it's chill. My ego, a bit bruised with side B, gaining momentum into my reality, but joyous that I'm not in jeopardy of forgetting the melody of days past. The cliff notes are still accessible, remnants replicating what I thought could not be duplicated, yet in its way, sampling my dear mama. With every glance of my reflection, I see her. It's said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Yet priceless is the image that appears before me. And although I quietly crave a younger version of what is reflected, my eyes behold her legacy.
When routine bites hard, ambitions are low, and resentment rides high and it rides high, but emotions won't grow. And we're changing our ways, taking different roads. Waking up every day with an anchor of dread holding me from wanting to step out of the bedroom, fearing the looming outcome of emotional Russian roulette. The normalization of instability had finally taken its toll. 4 years, 4 months of a failing relationship riddled with fear, anxiety, depression, self-loathing, and miscommunication was coming to a head. We both knew a storm was coming. We just had no idea how damaging it was going to be. We were as ill-prepared ending this journey as we were when we started. If Murphy's Law manifested itself into a relationship, this was it. This was us. This was our reality. We are both held responsible for the creation of this black hole that has dawned in the presence where fiery passion once thrived. Why is the bedroom so cold? You turn away on your side. Is my timing that flawed? Our respect runs so dry, yet there's still this appeal that we kept through our lives. We had waited nearly a decade for our love to find blossom. Our chemistry was undeniable, or so it seemed. Like all promising scientific theories, this hypothesis needed to be put to the test. The unique set of obstacles we conquered made us believe infinitely that the catch was going to be worth a chase, yet reality did not meet expectations for the both of us. Yet we clung on to hope like the face paints we wore on in public, the belief that our efforts were not in vain, that we would not succumb to our wounds in the battlefield of our love. Do you cry out in your sleep? All my failings exposed. There's a taste in my mouth as desperation takes hold, just that something so good just can't function no more. Unresolved trauma before and during this relationship had a way of undoing our sutures every time the opportunity presented itself. Now that the war is over, we can finally heal. However, we can now we bear the scars of our past that the naked eye cannot see. PTSD. As we walk in silence in our different roads, navigating through the wreckage of the streets of our heart ghettos, all I see is danger. Always danger. I do wish you nothing but the best, however, it hurts to see the mountain of our love crumble into the sea of memories, as memories of your face begin to fade away. Love has torn us apart. Has your breakfast become quite a bore? Good news, because fret no more. Hi, Billy Mays here with Smoky Puffs. America, it's time to wake and bake with Smoky Puffs, the hot new cereal with everyone's favorite wildfire prevention mascot, Smokey the Bear. Yes, kids, Smoky Puffs. Kid tested, DEA approved. Kids nationwide are raving and caving into their cravings for Smoky Puffs. 100% organic, 100% safe to consume, 100% legal, and only 420 calories per bowl to keep you cruising for the bruising of everyday life. Obtain higher education like never before because you be baked like a cake and by be getting higher scores on your quizzes and tests forevermore. And kids, remind your parents that they too can enjoy Smoky Puffs. It's the perfect midday treat to power through yet another work week and be a part of your next hike and trail mix for your cannabis fix. Only you can prevent forest fires, and Smoky Puffs will help. So put the bowl down and grab yourself a bowl of Smoky Puffs today.
Just back up, baby. Did you already forget your promise to me? Love at gunpoint. He's unarmed, no weapons, just armed with a heart aiming love towards two, not one. He's being a lover, not a fighter. Well, rather a lover, finding battles within to find ways to win, to not surrender his fender blender, hearts run through a blender, no longer wanting to be a pretender, but now a defender. To armor his heart with bulletproof protection, to protect the love, his One true love he has safely guarded, a priceless, timeless, feels so meant to be, it's crimeless, for how can it be a crime to want to have what was always supposed to be yours? He always shielded her from pain, always took that bullet for her as his own to sacrifice for her. Yet he replaced her, wanted to save her from heartaches he knew he didn't want to put her through, yet unknowingly but willingly put another surrogate love through the ringer, let the stand in love steal the rest of his heart while robbing him of his soul, for his soul only belonged to one. Now he's trying to pick up these shattered pieces strewn across trails, spanning years upon years, fervently trying to mend bleeding hearts back into beating hearts after taking a huge striking blow, a shot that ripped through her core, killed her so deep. Yet why does her love for him still seep? And why does his love for her still weep? He had a weapon, love, the deadliest weapon of all, handled it irresponsibly, trigger misfired, hurt the one he loved most, committed love suicide. She had the same weapon too. Her love held him at gunpoint, revealing flashes of what could have been. Now his surrogate love, well, she's armed to the teeth, aware from day one the impactful strikes his forsaken true love could have upon their undestined union. Saw sign after sign, a trigger that remained a feel for end to what she thought could be hers wholeheartedly. So with his every suspicious action, every word he spoke is questioned, she eyes him like a hawk, hovers over him like a helicopter. She's armed with weapons of words, distrust, and glaring looks that strike with as much force, sharp pain, and hurt, firing off consecutive rounds as her suspicions stay locked and loaded, aimed with love's sharpshooter focused to target his lies a mile away, to target his bobbing and weaving ways. Her love's bullet tracks him like a missile. Her love holds him at gunpoint too. She dares him that she'll pull that trigger to mortally wound him to his core, pull that trigger resting up against his temples as if to her it sounded so simple, to shoot away every stored memory of her that he held dear, her, his safely guarded true love he always kept near, nearer than she really knew, yet as near as she always first feared. But now he holds love at gunpoint to both. Surrogate love stares down a barrel of truth, realizing she'll never have the depths of his love, which he only shared and gave to his one true love. True love stares down a barrel of love rekindled, yet it never dwindled, just found its way back, but is asked to be his, but not as his one and only. She'll be an addition, as he asks of both of them, can we mend this rift? Together live agreeably where I can love you both without killing a love forever? I've been writing these poems like my life depended on it. Like if I don't write to obliterate the hurt within, my soul will incinerate, my heart eviscerated from the turmoil overtaking my spirit. Like I be trafficking these emotions, stuck at red lights, stopping the steady beats of this heart, yellow belly yielding's caution, hyperventilation, to flow. Awake green lights go to lead foot my way into joy, zooming through all signs graffitied with these scriptures, painting pictures, evoking a signature rapture, a scenic route fixture met at every creative intersection venture. But really, there is no countdown for when to jumpstart my resuscitation inhaled through this pen. I breathe these words like air, like without the free flow of expression oozing through this ink, I'd suffocate, hallucinate, might as well amputate these lungs from asphyxiation if I were to lose the muse of inspiration. Like, if I don't jot down this bar that just flew through my mind, it would be laid to rest in an instant in graveyards of conceptions forgotten in the moment, never given wings to ascend to heavenly flight within the next greatest poem I shall ever write. Out of mind, out of sight. Not caged to paper Rolodex, but caged to coffined muses I failed to flex. Like I be peeling these layers of self-evident truths, baiting you with something so decadent to loot, bleeding the teasings of pleasings, reminding you desired romance still exists, getting your knickers all in a twist, knots of butterflies you can't resist, but with my wordsmith assistance, the light of love's power can be enlisted. These poems, been writing me, like it's all that ever mattered, been etched in my skin, imprinted on my soul, like the obsession of its passion pulses life into these veins, sparks these synapses in my brain, tempts me with every prompted challenge to dare every topic imagined to evolve my being infused in words that I have endlessly scavenged. I've been writing these poems like I want to be immortally bound, bloodthirsty vampire of poetic prose, sinking my teeth into juicy narratives, imprisoned to verses which astound, expound this penned universe, my endless playground. And even when I'm no longer earthbound, someone will know that I was here. Because I wrote these poems so that you can still hear my footsteps left in rhythmic cadence of my essence, calling you to delve into my pages, the echo of my existence. Intoxicated thoughts feed my brain with nibbled bites of sinful fantasies, triggered by your tingling touch. The woven chorus of conversation, verses laced in mosaics of velvet eroticism, teas of moist forbidden pleasures, looping raptures in frenzied measures, mired in mysticism of surrenderous surrealism. Desires be as fickle as rocky pastures, a turbulence of ripplings of crippling thinkings, tumbling and taunting spiralings within the mind's psyche, not quite as see through the reach for a clear view of what shall set the mood for bodies playing in the nude. Within marbled eyes juggles the quiet of passion, a soft tickling of nerve endings stroked by delicate distress of this feathery caress, stirring up a whirlwind of hungered urges till I'm shivering flirtatious frights, the jeopardy of a lewd night. The desirous need to provocatively pounce, release every ounce of silky, seductive intention, makes me feel like my younger, vibrant self, unleashing upon my lover wild, untamed secrecies, ready to fully explore intimacy behind these closed doors. Start with a slow, romantic, sensual buildup. Meander my curvaceous contours to a fervent arousal till soon a request is made for you to be more rougher, bestial, dominating my orgasmic cues till you leave me climaxing with passion's bruise. Speak to me in textures of racy, dirty orations. Let your bricked heart erection fondle fledged ridges of my tender folds. Explore depths of my cavern ecstasy, daring every dialect of touch as to your body I clutch. Good night.